talked about some physical changes that takes place in boys and girls. Okay. We talked a bit about fertilization. We saw some facts about menstruation, myths and facts. Okay. Now we will check out what are the myths and facts related to male emission. Okay. One second. Okay. Now there is some myths. That is the first one is nocturnal emission makes one weak. Okay. This is a myth that a lot of people believe, okay, or believed that nocturnal emission makes a man or an adolescent teenager weak. Okay. But the fact is that it does not cause any sexual or physical weakness. Okay. There is nothing such as weakness, it will make you weak. No. Then another myth is that it is associated with sexual thoughts. Okay. That only when there are those thoughts, then only this happens. Also not true. Okay. Yes, that is true, but not always. Okay. Not necessarily. Because when there is too much of the production of the semen, then it needs a release because it keeps producing. So it's not always because of sexual thoughts only. But the fact is, it is a natural phenomena and may not always be associated with sexual thoughts and feelings. Another is another myth is that all boys emission. Okay, but all may not
Ma'am, the audio is breaking
okay,
again.
all may not experience emission, though maybe most my audio is breaking up. Is it better now? My audio? Yeah. Okay. Now, um, it is believed that all boys experience nocturnal emission, but some may not. Okay, because in some boys there is production of semen. Okay, or sometimes some issues that are there due to which it in them. Okay. Same with the menstrual cycle in girls. Okay. When there are some issues or some problems with the ovary, the production of egg, then there is not, they may not experience it at all. Okay. Very, some rare cases. But boys, all of them may not experience nocturnal emission. However, you should note that genital hygiene is important for both girls and boys. So, what steps can they adopt for maintaining hygiene? Genital hygiene, hygiene, maintaining hygiene for the private parts. Genitals should be washed with clean water after urination, as infection can occur between the folds of the skin. Okay. Frequent washing with clean water. Undergarments, preferably made of cotton, should be used because other materials are artificial, like synthetics and all, they cause rashes, itchiness. Okay. Then undergarments should be changed normally at least once a day and a dirty undergarments dried in the sunlight. Okay, very basic. And stained undergarments should be changed immediately. Excessive sweating and subsequent infection can be avoided by keeping the pubic hair trimmed. Okay, shaving and all, routinely shaving and all. Now, you have an activity. While growing up, you must have gone through a number of changes in your body. Did you feel prepared for these changes? If yes, how did it help you? Okay, you can think about it. You can think about these things and write it. If not, do you think it is important to be prepared for them? Why? Who, according to you, could have helped in preparing you? Okay. Preparing means that knowing about these changes when they occur or when they start happening. You can like discuss it with your parents, okay? Maybe girls with the mothers and the boys with their dads, that how or what, or if it is happening, so what to do about it, okay? So it will help you deal with it better, understand what's happening to you, understanding ourselves, okay? Now, we will try out in text questions 20.1. Any doubt until now? Any doubt till now? No? Okay. Write two signs of physical growth which are common and two which are specific to adolescent boys and girls. Give me one common. Y'all are going to give me, both of you are going to give me one common, one for boys and one for girls.
Could height be one of
Height, yes, height is one of the common physical changes.
um,
What's the
facial hair could be boys.
Facial hair, yes.
Um,
Couldn't hear that, Megan.
no, it's a thing. It's a thing.
You're thinking, okay.
forgot the word, but I think it starts with M.
Menstruation.
For what? Common or for girls or boys?
For girls.
Okay. Menstruation. What else?
Deepening of the voice. For boys.
Deepening of voice. Deepening of voice, yes. Very good. Okay. Common. Wings. Okay. Then development of reproductive organs. Both. Okay.
For
What
girls,
would be? Yes. Yes, Megan.
it could be the girl, the chest, breast.
Yeah. Very good.
Isn't there hips, right?
Hips also. Yes. Broadening of hips. Correct. Okay. Common can also be acne, pimples. Okay. All of this. Um, Facial hair. Do you know some women facial hair are um like facial hair growth takes place? So it is like according to all the textbooks that changes only for boys, but um it's actually a common change
Yeah.
like between boys and girls that some women, some girls experience growth of facial hair. So now identify whether the following statements are true or false. Also, give reasons for your answer. Children should not be educated about the changes during adolescence as it may distract them. True or false?
False.
False. Why?
They should have
There,
an idea about what's happening. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it helps them to know about it and it helps them to manage it. Okay, because like I've seen so many stories, so many interviews of girls to whom their parents didn't tell them about periods. Okay, so when it happened suddenly, they were like, "Oh, am I having cancer? Am I having some disease? Am I dying? Am I like what's happening with me? Am I going to die now?" Small girls, okay, 12-year, 11-year girls. So it's important that when they like pass 10 year of age, from that point, to educate them. If they do not educate them prior, and suppose they are at the school or somewhere else when it happens, then they'll be very stressed and worried about it. They would not know what is happening. So that is why to avoid such situations, it is important for parents to educate their children about these things. In men, in boys, little boys, emission, nocturnal emission happen, they would be like, "What is wrong with me? Okay, they'll feel guilt. Okay, what's wrong with me?" They would think, but it's not like something wrong with you, but it just means that it is a body's natural process. Okay, nothing to feel guilty about. Then, in the rest of them, Malini should not play outdoor games during menstruation.
False.
Pause. Yes, she can play. Okay, if she feels like it, she can play. There is nothing wrong with playing outdoor games. So Hale's brother makes him feel guilty by saying that nocturnal emission happened to those who have sexual fantasies. Or false.
False.
Yes, fine.
Because not the natural process.
Yes, yes. Now, girls should eat iron-rich food. Or false. Why?
Very
Because
good.
it, yeah, because it increases the hemoglobin in their blood. Okay, or it makes the anemia better. Anemia is deficiency of hemoglobin in the blood. So that cures taking iron, balances it, gives you more hemoglobin in the blood. Okay. Now a girl cannot become pregnant before her first period. True or false? It is false. Okay. It is false. Yes. She can become pregnant before her first periods because the egg is released before the first periods. Before the first period starts. Okay. The egg is actually released and she can get pregnant before her first period. Okay? Now, genital hygiene is important for both boys and girls. True or false? True. Why?
To prevent infections.
Yes, to prevent infection. Correct. Now, during adolescence, emotions become more pronounced due to the hormonal changes. To help them manage their emotions positively, it is important to understand adolescents' emotional development. Okay. Now, I was telling you the other day that there are a lot of hormonal changes. Okay. A lot of hormones increase, decrease. Okay. Up, down. So, due to that, there is a lot of um, changes in the emotional state of an adolescent. Okay. In the emotional state of an adolescent. So that is why it is important to understand their emotional development. So we'll talk about emotional development maybe tomorrow. We don't have a quiz in home science, right? Yeah. Tomorrow I will tell you what hormones change or and how they change. Okay, during adolescence, I'll tell you separately what hormones, if you're thinking that what is changing, I'll tell you that what hormones are changing, increasing, decreasing. Okay, we will talk about it.
Okay.
Now, emotional development. Emotional development means developing an ability to manage emotions and to express them in a positive and responsible way. Okay, ability to manage emotions. First is to identify emotions. Okay, what you are feeling. Okay, to identify, recognize your emotions, then managing them and learning to express them in such a way that is positive and responsible. Okay, means that such a way that does not hurt the other person, that does not um, cause a negative impact. Okay, towards the people around you. That is emotional development. Angry outbursts or anger outbursts, mood swings are quite common in this stage. Okay. Anger outbursts are when you're suddenly so angry. Okay. So angry. Adolescents are so angry. They leave the home. Okay. They throw things, say things, and shout at this stage because the emotional and hormonal, all the things are there. Okay, besides that, there are mood swings. Sometimes they're very happy, sometimes they're very sad, sometimes they're on the top of the world, sometimes they are like drowning in pain. So there is like a roller coaster of high and low state. Okay, high and low mental states. Okay, so that is very common in this stage. Adolescents feel as if they are sitting on an emotional seesaw, feeling up 1 minute and down the next, feeling mature on some days and childlike on the other. Though you must realize that each person is unique and has different responses to stress. Positive and healthy ways of responding to stressful situations help in decreasing the negative emotion. Okay, when we learn how to respond positive in a positive and healthy way to stressful situations, it helps in decreasing the negative emotion. So, how can you reduce your anger and cope positively to stressful situations? We have some points. First of all, you need to recognize your anger signals and accept that you are angry. Okay. Anger signals means that some people, okay, if you've seen, I've seen, so I'm telling you, okay, some people's eyes becomes red when they are angry. Okay. Some people's eyes become red when they are angry. Okay. Some people's eyebrow twitch when they are angry. Okay, that is, I think, extreme anger. But like there are anger signals that you are angry. You know when you're angry, right? You are upset. You want to punch somebody. Okay, so that is like anger signals. Accept that you're angry, then try to divert yourself or do something constructive to calm down. Okay, do something constructive to calm down. What are some things that people do to calm down? One of it is they do a pep talk to themselves. Okay, they talk to themselves and say, "Okay, it's okay, calm down, it's okay. Don't be angry about it. Okay, calm down, calm down, calm down." Some people talk to themselves. Some people will call a friend and tell about it. Okay, that this happened and that happened, and that is also like sharing to somebody and like letting it all out. Okay, letting it all out by sharing it to somebody, that is another way. Some people, they do music. Okay, since you're both into music, some people I've met that they do music, they sit with the guitar or the piano and they play and let it all out. Okay, so that is one way, giving a pep talk to ourselves, then talking to our friends. These are all the ways through which you can let it out. Okay, through which you can let it out. Then yeah, diverting yourself to something constructive to calm down. This is the thing. Okay, some people cook. Okay, some people cook also. They do some house chores or some people go out on a walk alone. Okay, they walk and clear their head. Okay, so these are the ways, like from what I've seen people do. These are various ways that different people use. It is just that you have to see what works for you. Okay, at that point of time, in that moment, what works for you that you can do. Okay, you're very stressed or angry or upset. So for at that time, what you have to do to make yourself feel better, that you feel calm. Okay. Now choose one or two of the options given in the box and see which one works best for you. Okay, here are some options that people do. Exercise or do some physical activity. Okay. I have also seen people go to the gym. Okay. Some people leave the scene, take a deep breath, count your blessings, listen to music, help somebody else, count up to 10, talk to a trustworthy person who is not directly involved. Okay. Write your thoughts on a paper and then destroy it. Okay. Write your thoughts on a paper and then destroy it. When I was like younger, I used to write. Okay. I used to write poetries and poems. So that was something that I used to do when I was younger. Now I either take walks, okay, or give a pep talk to myself, or call a friend, call my best friend. So that's what like I do now. Earlier I used to write down what I was feeling. I used to write a lot of diary entries and poems and everything. So you have to see what works for you. Okay, what do you usually do if you want to share to calm yourself down?
Probably, yeah, give myself a pep talk or something. Or
Okay,
yeah, listening to music.
listening
And
to
sometimes I
music.
just like to just solve and like um solve the problem or the argument out with that person, and that just makes me feel better as well.
Hmm. Yes, that is a good thing. Very good. Megan.
Well, also listen to music, to chill. But I also I just sit with my phone and I get these verses that just pop up on my phone. And I like to read those.
Hmm. Okay, that is also very good thing to do. Yeah, good. Now, if like you have an argument with somebody very close to you, I would suggest that do not let it drag or do not leave it for like 2 days, 3 days. You're not talking. Don't go on like that. Okay. If you have an argument and if it's like you feel that right now is a moment too heated up, you can leave it for 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay. Maybe till evening, but do not leave it for like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Do not like be like mama had an argument with mom or dad or a sibling or a very close friend. Don't stop talking to them for like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. No, you talk with them. Okay, don't stop talking to them like that or ignore. But you can wait for some hours, like you can wait for yourself to calm down, them to calm down, 2, 3 hours, maybe till evening. And then you reach out again, say sorry if it's your mistake. Or if not, you try to understand them, okay, and make them understand your point of view, talk and sort it out, okay? Do not let the argument go on. Okay, always sort it out quickly. Now, however, maybe some other method works for you. Remember, if you feel overwhelmed by a situation and find difficult to cope with it, do not hesitate to seek help from trusted sources like family or friends. Asking for help is not a symbol of weakness. So, asking for help is suppose you had an argument with your friend, so you can go to mom or dad and tell them, Mom, I had an argument with a friend, what to do now, what to say. You can discuss with mom and then go patch up with your friend. Okay. Or sometimes you have some argument with mom, so you can talk with a sibling and tell them, I upset mom like this now, what to do, how to make her happy. So they would suggest you cook for her, or you like clean the house, or you clean your room and surprise her, or do something nice for her, okay, and then ask sorry. So they would suggest you, okay, what to do. So taking help is a good thing when you are in such a situation. Taking help from family, friends, siblings is a good thing. Asking for help is not a strength of weakness, yes. It, in fact, signifies strength and good understanding of your inner resources. Analyzing the situation, understanding its cause, and avoiding it in future are steps that help in managing emotions better. Okay? Analyze what happened, understand why it happened, and avoid it in future. Okay? This is for managing emotions better, how you can avoid and how you can manage emotions better. Take the case of Ramu and his very close friend Rajendra. They had a misunderstanding which led to a fight. Rajendra insulted Ramu in front of everyone. Ramu felt very hurt. Undoubtedly, this is a very stressful situation for Ramu. There are several ways of dealing with the situation. Three possible responses are listed below. Now, what he did is there are two friends, two very close friends, Ramu and Rajendra. Okay. Now, Rajendra, like they had a misunderstanding and a fight happened between them. So Rajendra insulted Ramu in front of everybody. Okay. So naturally, he felt very hurt. So there are three responses to deal with that Ramu can have to deal with this situation. Okay. What are the three responses? First is he feels that no friend is worth trusting and breaks contact with all his friends. Second is he criticizes Rajendra with his other friends. Third is Ramu sits with Rajendra and clears the misunderstanding. Okay. So do you think which response do you think is a good response?
The third one.
The third one, yes. Third one is the good response, where Ramu sits with Rajendra and clears the misunderstanding. Now, if you're very hurt, okay, or very emotionally in a very hard emotional state, you will tend to choose the first and second response, okay. But if you calm yourself down, think a bit clearly, take deep breaths, calm yourself down, then only you will be able to choose the third response, okay. Because when we are hurt, when we are very emotional, we take decisions based on that hurt that we are feeling. Okay, we tend to go more on that side where we take decisions based on the hurt and on the pain that we are feeling. But if we are calm, okay, if you are in a little bit calm state, okay, take deep breaths, calm yourself down, then you're able to think of the third solution. Okay, I'll sit with him and I'll clear the misunderstanding. I'll tell them that his words hurt me a little, okay, and then it will be okay. Like you will patch the friendship once more. Okay, so this is how we proceed with it. Building of positive self concept is very important for the personality development among adolescents. Do you understand what self concept and self esteem means? We will see what is the meaning of self concept and self esteem. Identity comprises of distinctive characteristics of individual. As adolescents develop a strong sense of identity and strong views about issues. Identity of an individual is made up of self-concept and self-esteem. Okay. Sense of identity means recognizing who you are. Okay. Who you are, recognizing what your like behavior is in a group, in a society, in a particular environment. Okay. That is all related to self-concept and self-esteem. Let's check them out. Self-concept means the way in which you see your strengths and weaknesses. Self concept is said to be low when you see only your weakness, and it is high when you look at your strengths and want to improve yourself. Self concept means an idea, okay, an idea or a thought, okay, that is a concept, okay. Self-esteem basically means an idea about self. Okay. Self means yourself. Okay. Yourself or oneself. An idea about self. Now, this idea about self is made up of two things. Okay. This idea about self is made up of two things. One is strengths, and the other one is weaknesses. Okay. Strengths and weaknesses. If I tell you that you both tell me your one strength and one weakness, can you tell me one strength, one weakness?
I'm really observant, and
Observant.
that be my
Okay.
strength.
This is
Yeah.
strength.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. What could be weakness?
Sometimes I have a short temper.
Short temper. Okay. Very good. Yes. Again.
The strength would be that I'm good at listening.
Good listener. Okay.
A weakness would be I overthink way too much.
Overthink. Okay. Yes. Very good. So this is like strength and weakness. This was one. Okay. One of your strength and one of your weakness. You have many strengths and many weaknesses. Okay. We have not just one, but quite a few more than that strengths and weaknesses, both. Now, how you see your strengths and weaknesses, because see, a human is made up of both strengths and weaknesses. And we are not perfect because only God is perfect. Okay. And we are not perfect. So we have strengths and we have weaknesses. So how we see that strengths and how we see those weaknesses is self-concept. Okay. Now there are two ways. Some people only see their strengths. Okay. Some people only see their weaknesses. Okay. When you only see your strengths, okay, that is where maybe pride happens. Pride, okay. You lose humbleness. Okay. You lose humbleness and you become proud. It is like that stage when you only see uh, that I am on the top of the world. Okay. But that is also bad when you only see your weaknesses and forget about all your strengths. Okay. That is where you hit rock bottom and you are like you're going to self-pity. Okay, oh, I'm like this, I'm like that. I anger fast, I overthink, I fail in this, I fail in that, I don't do this, I don't do that. Only looking at your weaknesses is also bad. What is good is looking at your strengths and your weaknesses and wanting to improve. Okay, and wanting to improve ourselves. That is the ideal self-concept. Okay, where you know your strengths and your weaknesses and you want to improve your weaknesses. Okay, you are not overwhelmed by your weaknesses, you are not proud by your strengths, but you recognize your strengths and weaknesses and you work on your weaknesses. Okay, you follow those things which are your strengths, but you also work on what are your weaknesses. That is the ideal self concept. Okay, understood? Today,
Yep.
as an assignment, you can write down your weaknesses. Okay, you can write down your weaknesses. Okay, and write like one weakness, leave two lines. Then weakness, leave two lines. Then in those two lines, you have to write how to improve or how I can improve. Okay. how I can improve. So you think, okay, that if overthinking is there, so you can think of something like I can not take an issue and sit with it and overthink. I'll distract myself. Okay. I'll do something else. I'll do something that I love. I'll do some hobby, listen to music. Okay. But I'll not think those thoughts again and again because I struggle with overthinking too. Okay. That is also one of my weakness, overthinking. Okay. But I have to find solutions that I do not do it. Okay. We have to, because we want to improve, right? So we have to find ways in which we can improve. I recently wrote all my weaknesses. I recently wrote all my weaknesses. I'm planning to do how I can improve. I'll write how I can improve now. So this activity, not only you people, I'm also doing. Okay? Because it's very important for us to do. This is known as self-analysis. This thing is known as, this activity is known as self-analysis, where you analyze yourself, you analyze what are your strengths and weaknesses, and you work on making yourself a better person. Okay? This is its goal, making yourself a better person. So you do this activity, list your weaknesses and list how you can improve it. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. So tomorrow we will see the concept of self-esteem and we'll proceed further. Okay?
Okay.
Okay then. I'll see you in English. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.